Ray Kostelandich, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Russ. Glad to be back.
Ray and I talked a couple of days ago. Great interview. Gotten a lot of response back from the audience. They have many questions, and in that interview, I asked Ray if he could come back in a couple of days and talk about and describe some or all of the 34 extraterrestrials that Ray has met. I don't know if we're going to cover them all today. I think we'll split this up into two more shows. We'll do half of them today, half of them the next show with Ray, who's willing to talk for as long as the audience is willing to hear him. And we'll cover some of the audience questions as well. One of the first things I'm curious about, though, is online, Ray, on some of the websites out there, some of the numbers have it at 32 ETs, some at 33, and some at 34.
Yeah, because and some of them have 28. It's a total of 34. The last one was the Vulcans, and a possible 35, because George said I wouldn't meet the Mo people. They're real good friends with the Vulcans, but it's a total of 34, 30 good, 4 bad.
Are those the only aliens that are in the universe, or are there more, and those are the only ones you've encountered?
Oh, he's bringing billions for the process that's going to take place here. No, there's no telling how many there are really out there, but even in our universe, there's many more. You got Uranus, which is like planet Earth. You got Saturn. You got Pluto, which is a joke now. They're just talking about Pluto. Same way with Mars. Neptune. You got quite a few ETs all over. When I say quite a few, I'm talking billions and billions. But there's a lot coming here to help from inner and outer galaxies and other universes for this process that are here for the alignment of the galactic good, this union of the good that's come in, that they need to do this process of what it's going to take down here for everything. And the way, we're going to be taught, we'll be using teleportation way before the fourth dimension. There's so much involved. As a human being, we do the human way, we think the human way, and I understand that. And people want answers. People want to know, now when they come. They're coming. They're coming very soon. I'm a voice like any other contactee. Whatever they give me in the meetings, I get out to you people. On shows like this, my meetings. And that's what I do.
Okay, so as advertised, you're going to go through the specifics of the extraterrestrials you've encountered. To give this a little bit of structure, I'm just going to throw one of the names out there and give us a 30-second to 1-minute soundbite. Let's start with the mole people.
Okay, as far as the mole people, I haven't met them yet. I will back up here to 33, the bird people. When George informed them about me, which they're working with the Fab Four, there's over 2 million in fours. They were talking about their best friends, the Vulcans, which they said I would meet, George, which I did. They're number 34. Number 35 is the Mo people. Then you got the giant 6 to 8 feet tall bee people and lion people. So they would probably be in line for me to meet. And eventually that's probably the way it's going to go. But the Mo people will be next right now in the process of what's happening until I get confirmation from George. Like the Vulcans came into my apartment twice as a huge white light, because I had Dr. Sam Muzzy took 3 pictures. She's got it on her EBH and her website. And then I got a lady in Panama that has taken a picture of the white light. It came to me about 2 to 3 months on a Thursday night, and then came back on a Sunday. I was talking to a woman in Montana, and I noticed this huge white light over her ceiling, and I said, "Is that coming off of your ceiling?" She said, "No, it's yours." And I saw these 6 violet orbs, which these were Vulcans in these orbs. And in the white light, I saw these pointed ears, kind of a blackout view. And I kept saying to myself, it's got to be the Vulcans. because my one buddy wants to meet them. So Sunday night, it came back again, but this time it came from the ceiling, went over my shoulder into my living room. And then these 6 violet orbs were all around me. And then the white light came face to face with me and said, I am a Vulcan from the planet Zendar from the 11th dimension, and I want to meet you. And I said, okay, when? And instead of coming on my TV, he said, I will come back and come on your computer, which he did. And he said, I'll give you coordinates similar to what your Fab4 give you, and we're going to meet. And which he did. And then I went on that highway, and this is the wee hours of the morning, and he was in it's a giant round craft with this black light with white lights all lit up. And then he blinked his lights twice. I went to the next exit with mine, and the craft was on the ground. He was outside of the craft. And when I come out of the car, my car died. And then he met me, and we hugged. And then we went up this plank and went into the room. And there was 11 other Vulcans in this room. And then he was talking about, it was an honor of what I was doing, speaking highly of all the good ETs and things I've been saying. And then he stunned me by asking me, are you thirsty? Because I never had that happen of all the ETs I met. They had real good hospitality. And I said, yeah. He said, we have your water, we have your coffee. And that's when I saw this Vulcan go to the wall. There was all these buttons. And he pushed this button, come out with a weird-looking cup of coffee. So I could see the steam, and he put it on this V-shaped table. And I drank it. It was the best coffee I ever had. And then a minute later, he said, are you hungry? We have your pizza. And I wasn't hungry. I had to go to the bathroom. I had my cardinal hat and like a black sweatshirt and jeans. And all the Vulcans were looking at my cardinal hat. Because St. Louis Cardinals are going to hold me down the road. And next time I meet them, I'm going to bring 12 St. Louis Cardinal baseball caps for all of them. So that'd be kind of neat. But we were doing high fives, and then we were going outside the craft, and I was hugging all of them, and then leaving. And that's when the leader said, you know, we'll meet again. I'll get a hold of you. So, you know, and they had these neat-looking colored chairs and all these computers. I mean, these people, all the good ones I met, it's unbelievable how friendly they are, even the hideous-looking ones. But people have to understand, they have families. Your ant people, one-eyed cyclops people, Vulcans, all these people have families like we do, okay? And are all in this for us. They've been watching us for years. The treaties that were broken down here, and it just happens the 21st century humans, we're going to be the ones that reap the benefits of it. So that's all I want to say on that.
Well, I asked about the mole people, and we heard about the Vulcans, so we'll call that a 2-for-1.
Okay. Yeah, because the mole people I haven't met yet. As soon as I do, there'll be a drawing, everybody see what they look like, and then I can tell you what happened there. And you know, but I can't tell you about someone I haven't met. I'll never make anything up, you know, because I live this.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, we all do. What about the Star Woman? She looks... I'd like to meet her.
I got them right here. Yeah, that's one planet I think any man would want to go. They're all women. They're in blue jumpsuit with stars. They have ray guns. They're built real good. They're good-looking women. They're 7 feet tall. They talk about our planet a lot. They have blonde, dark hair, pale skin. The craft they fly on looks like 2 giant wheels with half of a saucer with a base at the bottom. They have red, green, blue, and orange lights. All these crafts are enormous. They talk our language, talk telepathic, and they love our bread. They've been watching this planet for years. They're protectors and watchers of this planet. And they're involved with the galactic unity of all the good and what they're doing now, what they have to do now for us. they've been called in for this process, and these were people that participated in the thing for me and my late father. And that was the thing to try and understand even at 12 years old. And I had a great education for that, because I had my kid life and I had my ET life. And then my dad, he was only 8th grade education. He was a smart man. And we had a lot of things to figure out. But see, back in my time, the fear of the threat of fear was real. Today it's a joke. But they're great people, and everybody's going to meet these. Everybody's going to meet all 30 of them, not counting the ones that I've never met. We're all going to meet them and do whatever, you know, I got to do, hug them, go on a craft, go for rides, whatever. We're going to be working side by side with these people, learning new technology. That's going to happen. And we're going to have human beings that will be master teachers, that will go to these star seeds, get their assignments, work with the other ETs, even the great ones, and come down here and teach us and get us ready for where we're going. And this world will be no more. And there's a lot of people that can't wait to get off and out of this 3D world we're in anyway. But it's the honor of meeting all these people, as hideous as they are, other than the 4 bad ones, because we never wanted to see them again. They participated, they did their thing. They didn't care if we made it. We met the reptilians. They're the ones that are controlling this planet. The thing I'll say about the reptilians is we can thank God for Tolek's Hadronic Council, 12 planets, but the Procyons from, I think it's Keeler or Kayla. And I never met the real good vegetarian reptilians that knew the weakness of the Hydro and Draco reptilians. Because if it wasn't for them in 2011 to shoot that sonic blast that blew up all them Orion and reptilian bases, we would have been all ETs, because here's the agenda of the reptilians. The other 20 light planets of humanoids that look like us, the Milky Way and planet Earth, we would all have been reptilians. And that's what they wanted to accomplish. And then eventually go after the Hadronic Council of 12 planets. But there's only like 250 down here. They'll try and do whatever they can to throw a wrench and take whatever people they can take with them. But it ain't going to happen. They'll probably never even get a chance to leave. Because when that frequency gets higher than what it's supposed to be, they can't withstand that, and they'll disappear, turn into stardust or die. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of good changes down here as we move forward. There's so much happening now. And, you know, you people can look at all the shows I did with Dr. Sam, other people I did, and all my meetings of where we're at today and what's been going on and what has been happening. Me and Tolek, he's a good friend of mine. We get a lot of confirmation from his people and my people, and they're on the same page as my Fab Four. But,
time is flying by, Ray. So let's try to squeeze in a few more. Next one is the monk people. These guys are 6'7", and they have 6 or 7 toes.
They're 6 or 7 feet tall. They have 7 fingers, 7 toes. They have suction cups on their fingers. They fly in what looks like a birthday-sized flying saucer. Billy Maher had met these people, and they have a book that looks like a Bible with all this weird-looking alien writing. And I couldn't read this, you know. I'm no scientist on this, but real friendly. They have a belt with these red stars, and they're from the 15th dimension. They actually said they seeded us. I don't know how true that is, but you know, they're way out there in the galaxy, but you know, they participated and said about the same thing the other one said. You know, when we're destroying this planet, we have to turn around. They know we're doing it. They're going to be here to help and educate us. They're bald-headed, have round eyes, and they're like a monk outfit, but they're called the monk people. The people that never gave us the name of who they are, I had to give a name of what they thought, you know, they look like, but as far as the dimension and the craft, you know, that's there and what they look like. They're real smart, intelligent people. They're very friendly. And you know, it was just amazing and an honor to meet all these people, you know, to be a human, not in an astronaut outfit and t-shirt and jeans, to be chosen for two people, a kid and a man, to go through this process. It was the greatest education ever. And the crafts, the way these people handled up, even the hideous ones. I mean, that was the real scary ones. That's when, you know, the human instinct comes out, because they could have killed us, took us, and nobody would ever know. Nobody would ever know nothing if it happened bad, but it didn't. And anything happened with the bad ones. But they got their 2 cents in. You know, that's where the whole thing went down. But it was just amazing to meet all of them. The reptilians put the fear of God in you. That's what they do.
What about the Blue Warriors?
Okay, the Blue Warriors. I got that right. I got everything real close. These guys are some bad dudes. These are husky-looking. They got the beetle haircut like. They fly in a square craft with all these orange and red lights. They're from the 8th dimension. They're about 6 to 8 feet tall. They're all blue jumpsuit, black boots.
So these are one of the evil extraterrestrials?
No, these are good. These are good. There's two blue. There's two blue people. Which I have next on it is the blue lady. She's 7 to 9 feet tall, and flying a square type UFO with spaced 3 red lights all the way around. And from another dimension, they can float. They look like a nun. They have a third eye. Now, I got confirmation on these blue ladies. Cynthia Crawford in New Jersey actually had a blue lady come in her house and talk to her, because we're supposed to get together. And when I did the show with the people in New Jersey by the name of Linda Carthy, she had a statue, because she was blown away when I showed her the drawing, and she's going to show Cynthia Crawford the exact blue lady that I met in person, that she met in person in her house. These blue warriors and blue people, she's real spiritual and loving. The blue warriors, these guys, I'm glad they're on her side. They're warriors. They go through the battles with the Circle Grays and the Vulcans and the Bird people. Because me and Sam Muggsy, we're sitting in our own homes and we're listening to wars and sounds, and they're capturing reptilians, Orion Greys on these planets, and the blue warriors, and the ones I say they go in and clean house, and then the Nordiques come in motherships to pick up, like, there was one where they picked up 75,000 reptilians to take back to the Nordique planet to go for trial. And George is kind of giving me a play-by-play on how many crafts they blew up and how many we lost, where there was like 50 crafts blown up and we lost 3. And then how many were captured, and then the Blue Warriors, the Vulcans, the Bird people, the Circle Grays would take over them bases on that planet, whatever planet they were having a war on. So I got to hear a lot of that and what they were doing next after they were cleaning house, where they were going next for bad ETs on Uranus, Saturn, Pluto, whatever, where they were going next to clean house. Because that was a process that they had to do with other ETs. The other ETs would bring, 100,000, million, 500,000 each to participate in these battles and takeovers, and what they're going to be doing down here, because they've all come in because they know what has to be done for us. And just an education to go through this, it's still going on, because these guys are going to be in my life for the rest of my life, I've had four. And, just trying to give everybody a little piece of each one.
How about the orange people? From the drawing, it kind of looks like Chewbacca from Star Wars.
You just read my mind, because I was going to say this one next. The orange people, they're from a galaxy far away, they love our bread. They fly in a donut-sized black craft. You can see right through it. They're 4 to 10 feet tall. In their face, they look like a squirrel. They have 4 fingers, 6 toes. They're real hairy, all orange, big dark black eyes, and very friendly. And and they talk telepathic. A lot of these people can speak our language, and a lot of them can just speak telepathic and let us know that they're here for us, and they're going to help us. They've all more or less said the same thing about destroying the planet and everything, but they're watchers and protectors of this planet for years, millions of years. And there's other ETs that people have seen other than mine from the biblical history that actually come from movies back in the 30s, 40s, even up to dates, from abductees of what they've seen, and then the contactees of what they've seen. Because the difference from us is abductee has missing time, contactee has no missing time. Everything you know, you hear, you touch, you feel, you see. Their life is a horrible life because a lot of things happen bad to them, and if they go into regression, then they know, and a lot of them don't want to do it for the fear.
And the last one for the day, I would say this is the coolest one. Well, this is the one that I like the most. I think it's pretty cool. The praying mantis people.
Okay. Margie K., she calls it her mantis, and I want to make sure your audience understand. There's good praying mantis and bad, but the ones me and my father met were bad. They threw my dad down, and I kicked one in the shin and jumped behind my dad. I was only 12 years old. But anyway, you see they have enormous black eyes, 3 fingers, 3 toes. Down here we have green praying mantis. So for everything that's tiny down here is huge out there. That's the only thing your audience has to remember. They got the weirdest looking craft with these wings pointed down, green lights, it's silver with black going around. They love our bread from another dimension. They're part of the bad 4 star people. But they're real loving and caring, the good ones, because Margie K. talks to this one, and then the ones we met, but didn't have anything good to say about humans, but they participated. They let us go. We never seen them again. Same way with the reptilians. And that's really all I want to say about them, because, there's nothing too good to say about anything that's bad. But we know we have praying mantis down here. It's about, and that's part of their culture, their family. So
I think the female praying mantis bites the head off of the male after insemination or however they mate.
That could very well be true, Russ. I have no idea. You could be very right on that, but I know we got them down here. They're tiny.
Yeah, I'd be curious if the praying mantis people do the same thing. Don't get hooked up with one of them.
Yes, exactly. You'll know the good praying mantis from the bad one. They have negativity, energy, and you felt that when you were on the craft. And the way they pushed my dad and the way they talked to him, human. I can't say on air what they said to my dad, but then when they pushed him down, that's when I kicked this leader in the shin and jumped behind my dad. I was trying to protect my dad. And the way they told him to put his chin into this gadget, but they used a cuss word. And eventually took us into this room and talked to us. And trying to tell us we're not going to make it, the world's going to end and all this shit, you know, and then they escorted us out there. We walked to our car and took off, you know, they took off. We never wanted to see them again. You know, anytime you're in a situation of anything bad, because we thought we were in trouble, just by looking at them, we thought, these guys are going to kill us, eat us, whatever, nobody would know. Same way with the reptilians. You're in their hands, you know, you're in their ship. Where the hell can you run? Where can you go? But it was an experience that I'll never forget. My dad will never forget. But we lived it.
Space Billy has a question. I live just south of Ray, seen some cool ships here, huge ones and orbs. Where is his meeting place in St. Louis, and does he travel to speak?
My meeting place is C.J. Muggs, Webster Groves, Lockwood and Gore. That's the first Monday of every month. Matter of fact, I got one coming up May 2nd, and all my meetings are taped. Do I travel? I travel with my Fab Four, not here in St. Louis, but I'm going to because they want me to do conferences. I'm going to try and do a conference next year at Eureka Springs in Arkansas, and one in California. It's a big one. I had my friend Barbara Lamb, who's a regresser and the things that she does, and she wants me to speak out there, and hopefully that happens. I've spoken in Kansas City twice, and other places not too far away, but yeah, if they want me to speak somewhere, I'll go, but I got my own meeting place and my own website, so, and I do these shows.
I'm not sure I understand the term, but few people have mentioned it. This question from Reverend Woo Woo: what about the interterrestrial races? How many descriptions, which are good and which are not?
And inner Earth?
Interterrestrial, yeah, inner Earth, sure.
There are, I don't know who they are. There are good and bad ones in inner Earth. Actually, there's wars going on now. I got that information from George a couple of meetings ago, and that's in a process. But I don't know who they are. That much I can say. I just know that they're there, and this is going on. It is part of the process of cleaning up this planet and where this has to go for Mother Earth.
And the last question of the day: UFOs are indeed a demonic deception. Probably the grand illusion talked about in the Bible, in my opinion. How does all of this relate to the Bible? Have they discussed that with you?
The first thing that came out of my lips, because my father doesn't believe in God, but E.T. changed his mind on that, is about God. And all of them said he's number one, even the bad ones. They're from what I understand, before Christ and at the birth of Christ and other special places in the history of the Bible. The three wise men going to see the baby Jesus, that was a UFO. Everybody's saying it's a star. It was a UFO guiding these guys of the good. So this goes way back, even before time. And don't get me wrong, you had bad UFOs in there, ETs too, so it was all there. Because you had a demonic power, kind of like that guy was asking, and you had the good. All that was there. But even with the bread, when Jesus went out Mount Sinai to feed the loaves and fishes to them people, this was a peace offering from it really started with my grandfather and then my dad going grocery shopping, so it's a peace offering today. It's still going on. I still take 7 loaves of bread. Whoever I'm going to meet, or when I meet my Fab Four, always. And that was a major thing that always brought us back safe. But now it's a family of 4, given the name of Fab Four. They're not the Beatles. It was a name that come out of my mind, and they loved it because they don't understand our emotions. And then they gave me the ET name of Raymond. And 55 years of friendship, for me to be a voice for them, that's out of this world to begin with. I'm just a normal human like anybody else, but I learned from these people. I believe in these people. They've never lied to me. And now I got to try and bring it out. But I'm not alone. There's other ETs that are going to come forward. Contactees that are going to come forward because they have vital information for us. But a lot of them in fear. Alex Tower, never met him. He's telling the truth. I like him. Elena Kaputny, Peter Slattery, Laura Eisenhower. I met them all, except for Alex. And I've had him in runs. So there's going to be a lot more out there for the people. And as we go through this, a lot of contactees on the same page. But this is where it has to go. Somebody has to be a voice for somebody, and that's what we do. We got 20% of the people on this planet that are real humans. The rest of them ain't. That's where it's at. That's what I was told.
Well, Ray, another great show.
Thank you, sir.
Very entertaining, terrific stuff. We've covered a quarter of the 34, which is great because we're a quarter of the way there. We'll get through some more the next show.
Sure.
For the audience, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, send them to me. You can send them to my email, editor.westcoasttruth@hotmail.com. You can post them on the video itself. Get those to me in time, and I'll be sure to ask Ray for the next show. Just a special note, on the day of the taping of this program, Prince died at 57 years old. Just want to say Prince was a master musician. It's a loss for the world. He will be missed, I'm sure, by not only myself, but by many in the audience.
Yes.
Ray Koselandich, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. We'll do it again soon.
Okay. Thank you, Russ.
Take care.